Hi, this is Mark from Trip Solo, and today I would like to show you a game called Scythe. It's a game created by Stonemaier Games. Thank you for sending the game for review. And I'm kind of, late to the party because I think that a lot of you have already played Scythe before. This game has, received a lot of awards. It's very high on Board Game Geek in the ranking of greatest games of all times, and of course it includes solo mode. I've played Scythe once in the past, but I wasn't very familiar with the rules, and my co-players as well. So I think we made a lot of mistakes. Now I'm happy that I have this game at home. I can play it properly and try the solo mode. And what is Scythe? Scythe is a game, strategy, Euro economical game set in an alternative universe. It's set in the 1920s after the war. But in this game there is like a mix of traditional history and technology. So as you can see on the cover, you have people working on the fields, but you have some mechs in the background. And this game is based on paintings from our Polish artist Jakub Różalski, and he created this universe where you have 1920s with more advanced technology. So on one way you have on one hand you have people working on fields, and you have horses and all the farms and stuff like this. But on the other hand you have more advanced technology, robots and stuff like this. But this is not a war game, and I remember when I first saw the cover of Scythe and the paintings from Jakub Różalski, I thought that this is this will be a war game about mechs and robots fighting each other. But this is more like an economical game. There are five factions in this game, but they compete for resources, for terrain, locations, and you have to upgrade and advance on your technology. You have to build some buildings, and you have to hire new workers, gather resources, and expand on the map. And to be honest, fighting in this game is not very lucrative because you will lose some popularity points when you fight or invade other players' locations, and this might lead to scoring less points at the end of the game. And as for the game, the box is really huge and heavy. It has a lot of components. You get some miniatures for the heroes of each faction. You get some minis for the mechs, and you have a huge game board. The cool thing about this game is that all the factions are asymmetric. They have different abilities, and you also combine faction board with the action board. And each action board is also a little different. It combines different action in different order and different combinations. So every time you play this game, I think it's a little different, because the factions have different abilities, and combined with different player boards, it's it adds a lot to replayability. There were also some expansions released to Scythe. There is a campaign expansion, Rise of Fenris, and there are some expansions with additional factions, and even with some flying zeppelins and spaceships, flying ships, not spaceships, but flying ships. So it's cool. Let's take a look inside. Let me show you how the game looks like, because there are a lot of cool components inside. And yeah, let's do the unboxing, because I can't really wait to open this game. And the art by Jakub Różalski is fantastic. If you don't know him, just Google him and you will find it, probably his website, but also a lot of images of his art, and they are really cool. I like the mix of, you know, of past times and, you know, technology, like little like steampunk vibe. So let's open the box and let's do the unboxing. Okay, so this is Scythe, a big heavy box, 1 to 5 players, 14 plus, and almost 2 hours to play. I think that's accurate. We have a solo mode by Automa Factory. You can see how the game looks like on your table. You have beautiful board and, you know, all the faction boards and miniatures and everything. So let's open this. I love the art in this game. I love all the images by Jakub Różalski. Okay, looks really nice. I hope it will fit somewhere here. Okay. So this is the rule book, and there are a lot of rules that you have to learn. But there are some examples, you know. And the cool thing about Stonemaier Games is that they usually include some, you know, backstory, some like designer notes. You have some tips and, you know, information about the game, strategy tip. So this is really cool. But this is not a, you know, it's not a extremely complicated game, but it's also not an easy one, and you need some time to, you know, learn how to play this game. Quick reference guide. This is always, you know, handy because if you know how to play the game, if you read the rule book, you can just leave this on your table to, you know, reference the thing that you are not sure how to use. Another thing is achievement sheet. So you can track who won how many times during your game. Like the first winners without any structures, first winners without any recruits. So this is cool. This is like, you know, achievement list that you get on video games. You have it here in a paper form. And this is the Automa rulebook. The game uses Automa from Automa Factory. You get some, you know, Automa deck that uses cards that tell you how to play and how the Automa behaves. I know that in this game you can play against multiple Automas. In the box you get one Automa deck, but I know that you can get more Automa decks on the Stonemaier Games website. And if you think one Automa is not enough for you, you can use more. There's also an application, I think it's called Scythe Kick, I think, that helps a little with playing Scythe. But, you know, I will play it the old school way, analog way, without any applications, just using this cool rulebook. What do we have here? Some nice coins, 5, 3. This is nice because all the coins they are like, you know, they reference different factions in this game. Yeah, Sachsenreich and, you know, Ruswiet. And this is Rzeczpospolita Polska, Polania, okay, and Polania, Poland, I'm in my country. You have encounter tokens, you know, structured bonus tiles. The production quality of Stonemaier Games is always fantastic. I love opening their games. The cardboard is really thick, you know, the rule books are really well written and they have cool paper quality. And we have, yeah, like, you know, more coins. Not too many tokens, this is great. Basically coins and encounter tokens and this structured bonus tiles. Of course you can get a cool coin set for Scythe if you like. If you prefer metal coins to cardboard coins, you can use it. And the board is really huge. I will not open it. Maybe I'll show you the board. The cool thing is that the board is double-sided. On one side, I think this is the one, you have a huge board. you need to buy a separate board extension that you will, you know, put on the side, so the board will be even bigger. Bigger board means, you know, more space on the table, but with bigger board you will be able to, you know, admire all the cool art on the game board. And on the other side you have the regular size board. It's a little smaller, but it will maybe a little easier fit on your table. And you have space for different, you know, resources. You have mines, you have fields, you have spots for starting places for different factions, and the art is really fantastic. It's like, you know, technology mixed with some old school old school farming and, you know, 1920s. A lot of bags to store everything. We get these two Stonemaier Games boxes. They added in a lot of their games like Wingspan, and, you know, you can put some tokens inside to store everything. And we get a lot of cards. I'm not sure what's what exactly. Let me open it, and we'll take a look at the cards. If I make a mistake, sorry. There are a lot of elements here, and as I said, I played Scythe once in the past and I don't remember really well all the rules and everything. What are these? These are, I think, the goal cards that every player gets at the start of the game. They will grant you, if you fulfill the goal, you can put 1 star on this specific track, and the first player who puts 6 stars on this, you know, I don't remember the name, but on this track you get points. You can put stars if you win a battle, have like 8 workers, fulfill this goal. When one player puts 6 stars on this track, the game ends, and then you count the, you know, the money you earn during the game. So these are the goal tiles. And again, art from Jakub Różalski is fantastic. I wish this card were bigger, like tarot size cards. It will be awesome, you know, you will have a chance to admire the illustrations. This is Automa deck, you can already see from all the gears here. I'm not sure how Automa works in this game, I will have to read the rulebook. I bet it works great because it's from Automa Factory, and Automa Factory, they are like specialists in solo modes in Stonemaier games. But I'm not really sure yet how to play it. Okay, Ultra Machine, Auto Machine. Ah, cool. Different difficulty levels for Automa. So this whole thing is like an Automa deck. And as I said before, you can get another deck like this to play with two automas if you like. Another deck of cards. There are a lot of elements here. You know, the card quality is really cool. And these are like, you know, combat cards that you can get during the game. They have different values, and you use them to, you know, when you fight with other players on the map. The higher value, the more powerful the card is. And again, nice art. And next we have encounter cards. Let me open them. Okay, they are a little bigger, and these are encounters that you can like meet in your game. I know that here are like 28, but I know that there are more of them in the expansion to this game. And when you get a card like this, you have a few options to choose from. They give you, like, you know, different options and benefits. Like, you know, you have seen like this, what is this, like a broken mech. And you can take photos for the overly enthusiastic soldiers. You gain 2 metal and 1 popularity. Hire a mercenary, pay 3, let's say, dollars to enlist a recruit. Or practice your shooting, pay 2 popularity and gain 4 metal. So it's up to you which option you choose. Nice art, nice cards. And they are bigger, so it's nicer to see. Okay, another deck of cards. Okay, and here are the factory cards. Factory is a location in the middle of the map, and you can get these cards when you get to this location. And here are some, like, you know, reference cards, quick start suggestions, information about mechs, workers. Yeah, it's cool. You know, it always helps to play the game. And here we have the combat dials. It's like you get 2 of these. So if you combat with other player, you take 1 of these. You have to assemble them first, but you get 1 of these, and secretly you use it to show how many I think fuel or power, like, resource you use for your combat. Then you can add combat cards and you reveal it to other player, and then the player with higher score wins the fight. So it's cool. It's not like randomly that you roll the dice and, you know, the person with more luck wins. It's up to you. You decide how many resources you want to pay, you decide which combat cards you want to use, and, you know, the better player wins. Here are the faction boards. You have 5 of them. Yep. And they are like asymmetric, because if you can see, you have different values here and you have different abilities. You put the mechs here, and when you deploy a mech on the location on the board, you gain the abilities written here. And different factions, they have different, you know, abilities. So this is cool, like Crimean Khanate, Nordic Kingdoms, you know, Soviet Union, Republic of Polonia, and Saxony Empire. And I think there are more factions in expansions, but I'm not 100% sure. Again, nice art with the wolves. So this is like half of your player board, and the second half is this board. So you combine it like this, and this is the spot where you pick different actions in the game. And again, you can see that you always have top actions and bottom actions that you can take, but they are mixed. Like here, pay, this action is paired with deploying a mech, and here production action is paired with upgrade action. So they are also different. And the thing is that you cannot use the same actions twice. So if one turn you use the, like, you know, produce action, you cannot produce the following turn. You have to use different actions. And this is cool because they are like mixed, different spaces, different, you know, top and bottom is also mixed. So if you combine it with this, you know, faction board, the replayability is really, really great. And you also have, I think, yeah, 5 of them. And the last thing here, okay, maybe not last, I will show you this as last. And here we have a lot of resources, you know, for wood, for fuel, player workers, the stars, different buildings. So these are, each player gets his set of wooden tokens that you use during the game. I will not open it. They are like, you know, standard wooden tokens. I think the best way will be to, you know, store every player in a separate bag, so it will be easier to set up the game. Okay, and the last thing are the minis. Let me open it. They are here. So you get minis for every hero of every faction, and they have really, really nice, you know, details. Like, you know, this tiger. Normally in this game you have three types of units. You have the mechs, you have the heroes here, and you have the regular workers that you use to, you know, gather resources on the board. Okay. And here are the mechs for different factions. They are also different, so not the same. As you can see, this mech is different from this one. And you can use them to, you know, fight in this game, but you can also use them as a, you know, way to rule in a region, but also as a, you know, way to transport your workers across the board. Cool. Let me show you all of them a little closely. So you have, you know, 4 mechs for every faction. Really nice. So this is Scythe. A lot of components, a lot of, you know, elements, cards, tokens and everything. Thank you for watching. Visit my Instagram, Twitter, Facebook for review and for more photos. If you like this video, you can leave, you know, thumbs up, and you can subscribe to my channel. You can see a lot of games that can be played solo on my channel. So if you like to play solo from time to time, feel free to leave a comment and subscribe. And even if you're not playing solo, most of these games can be played multiplayer as well. So thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye.